Dan here from the Diamond Minecraft.
If you're anywhere between the ages of 16 and 22, you probably recognize that intro without even really thinking about it. You'll get home from school, drop your bag, open YouTube, and in a few minutes, everything else faded out. At that time, it didn't feel really important at all. It was just a Minecraft video. But years later, specifically me, you start wondering why it's stuck. Why DanTDM specifically? Why is he still remembered as many other YouTubers aren't? So I went back and watched those videos recently. Not for really any nostalgia, just for this video, just wanted to make a tribute kind of video. And something really stood out, almost immediately. Nothing really changes in his videos. It's always the same layout, same old Let's Play kind of stuff, just slightly, the energy is just a little more relaxed. It's also the same intro, the same voice, same everything. As a kid, it didn't really mean anything. You just assume that's who he was. But now knowing how the internet works, that consistency kind of just feels like deliberate, right? Because YouTube doesn't really reward that kind of stuff. Modern YouTube is kind of built on faster edits and more personal details, making every little thing about your life and posting it on YouTube just so you can get that 1 out of 10, right? Creators aren't just making videos anymore. Them themselves are expected to be the content. Dan never crossed that line at all. He didn't turn his stress into entertainment most of the time. He didn't rely on drama to stay relevant. And when he did get in drama, he just kind of never really talked about it. He never replied to them afterwards.
I couldn't be bothered to fight. He loves the whole back and forth. That's what the whole boxing stuff's
what he
about.
wants,
I get
it?
it. I understand it. But it was funnier to not feed into it because
It's just exhausting.
you just watch it happen. It was fun.
Because what was the point, right? He didn't make his private life public to everyone to see. It was always kind of a distance between him and his viewers and basically the World Wide Web. And that distance really mattered. When the platform started to change as a whole, Dan didn't really force himself to change with it. He never did trends. He did the stuff that he liked. But looking back, right, it wasn't really loss. It was a boundary that he set. Well, most creators didn't really realize that they needed this at the time before it was already way too late. Compared to really that of now, creators are stuck playing a version of themselves who isn't them, kind of hyping themselves up every single video when you can tell it clearly isn't them, and even posting through burnout, which is extremely unhealthy, and an internet that never really lets you stop without asking why. Dan completely avoided this. Not really by being smart, not really by being a loud person, by knowing when enough was enough. That was the warning. Not someone who he ever really said it out loud. He never really demonstrated anything. He just knew that you didn't have to give anything to really stay relevant to the crowd. That slowing down doesn't really mean falling behind. DanTDM didn't show us to really how to win YouTube or anything. He showed us how to not lose ourselves. In a place that can't stop asking for more. We never really understood this as kids when we weren't really supposed to, actually, but now in a really loud internet or social media like YouTube, Twitter, and all those places, it finally lands today. Maybe Dan never really warned us of his words. He just warned us by choosing not to become what every other YouTuber kind of did. So, yeah. See ya.